dick. He's grabbing his dick.
That's your penis.
He's grabbing his dick.
What's this here?
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel.
This is gay.
What's this here? That's your penis. What's this here? That's your penis.
Okay, yes sir. I'm gonna edit that out, yes. I gotta edit this whole full part out, so move. Bye. Go, move. Bye. Leave. Leave. No one wants you over here right now. Hey, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna be doing another reaction story. My story animated. God. As you guys know, I love this channel. I'm in love with it. So, just finished watching one of these videos on my own free will, and the after effects really have my brain hurting. There's 2, 3, 4. There's 4 I want to watch with you guys. So, this is gonna be a pretty long video. Let's start with the first one, which is my mom saw me and took a picture of me like this. And then mom was like, what are you doing? Oh, there's a quote. you make mistakes. Mistakes don't make you.
What happened?
Sorry.
I told my mom I was going over to my friends to work on a school project, and she insisted on...
Wait. We're not even gonna name, no hi, this or that. No, okay.
Driving me. The plan was she'd drop me and drive off,
Okay.
and I'd sneak out of my friend's back door and run across her yard to the nearby park. After making out with Jamie, I'd run back to my friends, and my mom was none the wiser. Except that one night when everything went wrong. We were kissing under our favorite tree that was totally hidden from view when a voice came out of nowhere. My mom's voice. Hey, you two, what do you think you're doing? I froze.
Oh,
The worst thing that could ever
my
happen to me.
God. We're not even a minute in yet. This is like freaking 38 seconds in. And, oh my God, Jesus, where? Oh my God, Don't mind my podcast. My outfit for today is restless and swept out. And God, wait a minute. Don't want to fall. I'm wearing gray sweatpants and sweat socks. God, I heard it. My favorite shine.
To me, we had to get out of there. Jamie is a bit of a ninja, so climbed up into the tree, leaving me standing
Damn,
there.
he climbed up the
And
tree.
I just
He was
bolted.
on his
Now, my mom knew.
He was just on his Ninja Goku status. He just said, "Nope, I'm not being part of this one. That's your mama. You gotta deal with that." Oop, I would have been running.
What I'd been up to. She'd make my life a living hell. I didn't know where I was running to. I just knew I couldn't go home. Before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to My Story Animated for more epic stories, just like my story. I was running so fast, I thought I was going to pass out. I couldn't get her face out of my mind. She looked so disgusted and disappointed in me. I'd never...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure half of my daughter making out with some random dude with a blonde man butt. It looks like he belongs in the streets. Yeah, I've been pretty pissed too.
To live this down. Suddenly, I got a message from Jamie saying, go to the school. I'll meet you there. The music room will be open. Jamie's dad was the school janitor, so this was perfect. The door was unlocked, so I slipped right in. But I almost screamed when I accidentally knocked some tambourines over. This was way too risky. I texted Jamie saying, hurry up, but the security alarm started going off. How could Jamie be so dumb? This was the worst hiding place ever. In my mind, I came up with some other ideas. I could hitchhike across the country, change my name. I would do anything to avoid having to confront my mom about this.
That
Jamie
sounds like
started
a good
banging
idea.
on the door, so I quickly answered it. But it wasn't Jamie. It was Brad, the local policeman, and he looked very surprised to see me. Charlotte, I didn't think you were the type to sneak into school. Then he called my mom and said he'd found me and would bring me home right away. I begged him not to, even offering to give him my pocket money. But he just laughed and said my mom was a good woman and didn't deserve to have her daughter disrespecting her like this. Oh my God, had my mom told him about the kissing? As we pulled up to my house, my mom was standing on the porch with her arms crossed. She came running over and hugged me tightly, too tightly. Honestly, I could barely breathe. And then she turned to Brad and said, "Oh, thank you for returning my baby. I was so worried about her."
Why is it that in every animation, the girls have such large top figures?
Okay, this was weird. Had my mom not realized it was me in the park? What was going on here? Then, just before Brad drove off, she started saying how dangerous it is out there and that she'd been out jogging and seen lots of couples kissing and getting up to all sorts of mischief. Huh? My mom was acting like such a freak. Then, the minute Brad left and we got inside, I told her I was going to bed. And with one hand, she reached out and grabbed my arm, saying, "Not so fast."
Oh, you gotta get the belt. That's what I remember. Caught me making out with someone. We went home. So, you can make out with people now.
Young lady. I turned around just in time to hear the click of the lock, and that's when I knew I was in serious trouble. She took
Better
me
get
by
that
the
leather
hand and
belt.
dragged me through to the lounge, and then she pulled out her phone and said, "Watch this." I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
It
she was
Jamie
gonna
and
beat
I
her?
making out. She
Not gonna beat
filmed
her?
us. I felt sick.
She's not gonna beat
I told
her?
her I could explain, but she didn't want to hear it.
Who's
She
my
just
dog, by
started
the way?
screaming that she did not raise a daughter like this. A daughter who would sneak around and lie to her, and that under no circumstances was I allowed to date someone like that. Then she said, "Look at what he's wearing. He's clearly from a bad family. No daughter of mine will sink that low." I was stunned.
Oh my
She was
God,
that
this
shallow.
mother-
I apologize.
This mother is just psycho. And then her husband leaves her, and she doesn't want her daughter to be happy. No, I know. It was only 3 minutes in, and I'm already surprised she didn't get her butt whooped. Only 3 minutes in, and I already have mental health about this video. Oh yeah, P.S. This video is gonna be a gaming video, so yeah.
Apologized and said it wouldn't happen again. And then I started walking
We're gonna
upstairs.
do one of
She
these.
followed me though, and just as I went to close my door, she stuck her hand through the gap, grabbed my key, and before I even had time to realize what she was doing, she locked me in. That's also the moment I realized that my phone was in the hall, and my mom would now see all the conversations between Jamie and I.
Oh.
I ran over to my window and looked down, wondering if I'd survive if I tried to escape. Then I felt someone watching me. My mom...
What floor are you? Is it like a 2-story house? Because usually you walk up the stairs. How many stairs you have to walk up from? If it was 2 stairs, how many? We're probably not gonna make it. I'm in an apartment on the 3rd floor. I would probably make it. Probably break my leg though, or my arm, or my neck. But I'll make it. I would live, but I would break many bones, or just cut. Just like 2 or 3.
Mom's eye was right at the keyhole peeking through.
Oh,
Then she said that I was a dumb kid to use my birth date as my phone's password. She was on my phone. No.
What kind
I
of-
begged her not to look.
My password is highly intelligent because it's letters instead of numbers, so it's gonna be really, really hard to like over so many words you can use. There's over like a 6 million words you can be using right now. We're using the sentence I'm using right now. Still not the password. My password is. I put that in so fast you'll never say it.
Look, and she just laughed and said, "Too late. I'm going to call
My mom
Jamie's
is gonna
parents
have
and
to
tell
tell that
them
doesn't
they've raised a bad boy. You will never see this boy again. Do you understand?" No, I didn't understand. And things were about to get way worse. For starters, my mom had already removed my laptop from my room before Brad had even brought me home. It was like she planned this so she could keep me as a prisoner. All
I'm
because
trying
I've
to
been
lock
making
you
out
up.
with someone? Give me a break. The next morning, I woke up and got dressed for school. I shouted to my mom to open the door, but she didn't reply. This couldn't be happening. The next moment, I heard her on the phone. She was talking to the school, telling them that I was suddenly unwell and I would be off for the week. I started
My school would have, my mom never told my school that. They would probably be really sus, and I'll never call to school about that. So stop. She never called to school about that. Bro! Okay, so, yeah. I just know I'm a gamer, and I play Roblox a lot. And I have these friends who love playing Roblox with me. They really do. We all love playing Roblox with each other and everything, but, like, stop, dude! They just blew up my phone. Stop! He fell. I swear to God, I got busted. The things we talk about in this chat, I may read it to you guys. Oh, P.S. The reason why I didn't film yesterday because I was at my friend's house and today's gonna be my filming day. And you don't do that. No. And yeah, so today I'm gonna film that video I was supposed to film yesterday. So if you're getting this video late, I'm really sorry. I was supposed to miss it, but I was at my friend's house. After my who misses me so much, I was at my friend's house for 3 days. Okay, we can go back to story time now. Just had to cut everything to stop blowing up my chat so that's how my thing is being blown up. I think I'm thinking.
scream in the background, saying I was fine. And then my mom told the school she had to run because I needed her. No, I did not need her. I needed to get out of the prison.
Call the
my mom
police!
had officially taken strict parenting to the next level.
I have
and all
strict
I could
parents.
think
Teaches a
about
lot.
was how much I missed Jamie. We hadn't spent an evening apart in weeks, and we texted nonstop. I felt like I was going to die in there. And Jamie wouldn't even know. After school,
Damn, Jamie
Jamie usually walked by with Pluto, their family dog. So I only had to wait a few hours to be rescued, or so I thought. I must have fallen asleep sometime after lunch.
Okay, so something's weird about Jamie. I noticed how... Oh my... I get it now! Because Jamie looks like a girl. I thought it was a dude with a man bun. But if you look at it a bit more closer, he's wearing flats. What other guy do you know that wears flats? And the name Jamie. Jamie. That's a feminist name. We still don't know her name. What is your name? You're telling us everyone else's name, telling us mom name, your neighborhood police name, but we're not learning your name. Why did you just do that? He deleted the video. Okay, I'll figure that out. I'm finding another one to watch that instead. Bad boy. You ruined the video for my viewers. So actually, let's see if we can find that video, okay? Go in my library real quick. When it costs some money, I'm telling you, see people. I love it. Okay, yeah. Let's finish this. I have 11 subscribers. I'm subscribing to 11 people. I've uploaded 0 people. And I have like over 435 videos. Damn! I do a lot on my Discord. We're already up to. Okay, so let's finish stop. Let's stop this. Let's finish this up. Let's finish this up.
After lunch, and then I heard something at my window. I immediately thought it was Jamie throwing stones, coming to rescue.
Oh, it's Jamie coming to rescue you, your Prince Charming. I don't discriminate. I'm not homosexual. Brooke and actually are very.
Rescue me. But when I looked over, there was a strange man looking in at me. I screamed
And
so
Drake House.
loudly he almost fell off his ladder. And then I noticed it. Burglar bars. He just installed burglar bars on my window so I couldn't escape. I shouted at him to take them off, but he said it was too late and that my mom had said it was an emergency. I started crying, begging him to help me, and he looked quite scared. But
Time out. Her figure's a bit easily to fit through those bars, if you ask me. So I probably would have just stepped on the bars one day and just like turn sideways and just badly and hold it and then just oof, dropped. You probably would have made it.
And my mom appeared and asked him to climb down. Then I could hear her telling him that I was really sick and sometimes said crazy things. Oh my God. My mom told this man I had something mentally wrong with me. This was too much. My room had become like a prison or an insane asylum, but the person who should have been locked up in here was my mom, not me. I'd done nothing wrong. I even thought about bashing the door down, but then she'd probably send me to an insane asylum for real. Every night, she'd drop food at my door, and one night I tried so hard to get out before she locked me back in, but she was too fast. Some nights I even heard her speaking to someone. I didn't even think she had any friends. So this was bizarre. Then one day, after a week, someone came to save me. It was my friend who I pretended to study with whenever I was with Jamie. She knocked on the door and my mom answered. She said she had some grapes for me and was wondering if she could come upstairs to see me. And then my heart sank. My mom told her I was really contagious, and when I heard her say that, I started shouting, "Help!" at the top of my voice. Then I heard the door slam. I hoped
You
my
best
friend
yell
had
louder.
call the police.
You best go to the window. Yeah, call the police, bestie.
What if she only released me 30 years later, like the...
You best go up to that window. Say, don't. Yeah, you. Oh, call the police. Call 911. There's any motherfucking bars on my freaking door.
Those crazy stories you hear about. I'd be old and wrinkled, and people would have forgotten I'd ever existed.
Oh, that's so
Couldn't let
sad.
that happen. I had to get out of here. I even put up a sign in my window saying help, but no one did anything. Even Jamie hadn't walked by since we'd been caught together. One day, I noticed the neighbor's kid playing in the garden. I quickly made a paper airplane and wrote about what my mom had done inside it. I managed to throw it out the window towards him, but he just stomped on it and ran off. That night it rained, and my letter was destroyed. Oh man, I was doomed. I was so used to hearing my mom telling people I got sick, that I actually started to believe it. I felt like I was going crazy locked up in there. And then one morning, I woke up, and my mom was standing next to my bed looking down at me. I got such a fright and jumped back. The door behind her was wide open. It was too good to be true. Then she said, "Get up. There's someone here to see you." My heart started racing.
Is it Jamie?
Was Jamie downstairs? What would I wear? And then reality kicked in. My mom had locked me up for almost 2 weeks. I turned to her and asked how she could do this, but she just pushed me towards the stairs and told me it was rude to keep my guest waiting. I ran down the stairs, but it wasn't Jamie. I mean, obviously. Instead, it was some guy I'd never seen before.
What do you mean,
He was
obviously?
super
I'm
dorky,
sussed
and when
about
he
this.
saw me, he leapt up and ran over to me, saying, "Charlotte, my darling, it is so good to finally meet you." Whoa, who was this guy? I started backing up towards the door, but then I felt my mom's hand on my
Ooh,
shoulder.
that's...
A creepy voice in my ear whispering, "Be nice to him. I found you a new boyfriend. You don't need to worry your little heart about your precious Jamie anymore. I broke up with him for you." At that,
So Jamie was a dude? I was trying to message
I almost pushed her. She just giggled and said, "Play nicely."
We
or
still
you'll
never found out her
never see your phone
name.
again. Then she walked off to the kitchen, leaving me standing there with that strange guy. I ran over to him and told him he needed to help me. I asked him if he could call the police, and he just laughed and said, "Whatever for?" So I told him that my mom was crazy and that I didn't even know who he was, and he looked surprised and said we'd been texting for a week now. He even showed me our texts, and then he pulled up my Instagram and said it was so cute how my mom posted daily updates for everyone about my sickness. What? This was mental. I told
That's
him it wasn't
an
me.
insane
What
cycle.
wasn't you? My mom said. She was still behind me. Then she apologized to the guy whose name was Jerry and said that I was still a little unwell and that my meds made me confused. Then Jerry said, "Shall we go?" Go where? Jerry then took my hand. Ew, why was he touching me? And said it was time for our first date. So, let me get this straight. My mom had locked me up because she caught me kissing, but now she was letting me go on a date with a stranger? This made no sense. But maybe if I played along, I could finally get my phone back and call Jamie. Okay, let's go, I said. And then my mom...
So this is how you can win all these new things this holiday season. So, okay, the free browser extension Honey.
Okay, so we established that he's a boy. Okay, time for conspiracy theories. I feel like what's gonna go down is at the restaurant. She's probably gonna go to a big and scening, or if they're going to. I feel like wherever she's going, she's gonna do something really big and scening and like make everyone look at hell like. And then this is where she, but like, my mom is crazy and she's locking me away in my room. Someone help me. That's what it's about, right?
Money online by clicking one button.
Okay, guys.
Mom grabbed us both and said she'd be chaperoning. Jerry looked kind of bummed, but not as bummed as he'd looked when he found out I wasn't remotely interested in him. So the three of us went for ice cream.
Yeah,
My mom
thought that,
deliberately drove us
actually.
to a cafe way outside of town, probably so I wouldn't see anyone from school. Pathetic. The whole time I was planning my escape, but my mom isn't stupid. She even locked the car doors the moment we got inside. We pulled up at the cafe, and I'm surprised my mom didn't put me on a leash or something, but she still had my phone. Without it, she'd controlled me, and I hated that. I had to get it back. We ordered our ice cream, and this was the moment I'd been waiting for. As my mom was paying, I grabbed her bag and started running. Everyone in the cafe thought I was some random girl mugging her. I knew my phone was in there, and that was all I cared about. I looked behind me, and there was like 2 security guards, plus my mom and Jerry chasing me. But I was fast. I made it to the bathroom just in time to lock the door before they reached me. They were all banging on the door, screaming that I was a thief. I almost laughed. I'd just been locked up for 2 weeks, and now I've chosen to lock myself up again. I grabbed my phone and called the police station. Brad answered, and I told him that my mom had been keeping me locked up for 2 weeks. I expected him to say he'd come right away and arrest her, but he just chuckled and said my mom had told him that I'd say that. Then he asked if I was feeling better. I hung up on him. My mom had brainwashed him. Next, I tried to call Jamie, but no one answered. Then I texted, saying what my mom had done and begging for help. I wrote down where I was, and I said, "Please come quick." I could see Jamie had read the message. Now all I had to do was wait. Meanwhile, Jerry and my mom were on the other side, and it didn't sound like they'd given up anytime soon. I felt like I was destined to be locked up forever. But then after about 10 minutes, my mom said, "Charlotte, open the door. There's a girl here who needs it. She's desperate." Then the girl said, "Please, I'm bursting." I would have known that voice anywhere. I threw the doors open and ran into her arms. My mom looked so confused and asked if we knew each other, and I said, "Oh, this is Jamie. I thought you'd know that. Seeing as you've been texting her, you should have seen my mom's face. She looked like she was about to explode. She was so stunned, she basically froze, and Jamie and I started running towards Jamie's car. Then my mom screamed, "Get back here right now, or I'll..." I interrupted her and said, "Or you'll what? Lock me up for 2 weeks? Oh no, wait, you already did that." By then, a huge crowd of people were watching, and my mom looked mortified. My mom came running over, and by then she was crying, but I honestly didn't care. She deserved to be humiliated 1,000,000 times over for what she'd done to me. Jerry just stood in the background saying, "Hang on." You're a lesbian, so you aren't interested in me?
Hell no, you
Jerry,
idiot.
get with it, I thought. We got in the car and started to drive off, but my mom jumped onto the front of the car and said that if we drove off, she'd never speak to me again. After what she'd done, that suited me fine.
That
I
sounds
told
like
her
a
Jamie and I were in
miracle.
love and that we'd be together no matter what. And then she basically slid off the car in tears. We started to drive off and I could see her racing for her car. She was shouting, "You can't do this. The whole town will talk." And I just screamed back, "Let them talk." Then she started driving after
Yes.
us. She was driving so fast, she crashed into us, and both of our cars flew off the road. Luckily, none of us got hurt. As we dragged ourselves out, I saw my mom standing over us, a shard of broken glass in her hand. Her hand was bleeding, but she didn't care. She lunged for Jamie, but the police, including Brad, came and stopped her in time. A woman who
Period.
witnessed everything told them what had happened and even showed the video, including the part where I said my mom had locked me up. My mom tried to sweet talk him, but it was too late. She was arrested for assault, and now they are investigating the fact that she locked me up. Serves her right. She made me suffer, and now it's her turn. The best part of all of this is that I get to stay with Jamie and her sister until all of this is figured out. Peace. Finally. I hope she sees the error of her ways someday.
We still never learned her name. I'm still stuck on that. What is your name? Ma'am, what is your name? Tell me it, please. I'm so confused about her name. We learned her girlfriend's name. We learned everyone's name but her. I don't get how her mom can be mad about her being liking in the same gender as her. Okay, I'm not going to say that all parents, mine at least, was just like super vibey with gay people. Maybe my mom's bisexual and my uncle's gay. I just grew up with that, and my best friend's gay too, so. Well, she's not gay, she's bisexual. And she makes jokes about how we're gonna get married someday, but I know we're not. But I still love her. And our text early. Let me know if I should one day to expose the text. Okay, well. Bye, you guys. Love you guys so much. Don't forget tomorrow's video is going to be. Actually, I'm going to build this video now, and then I'm going to post it tomorrow. As I'm both of you, because you guys know one day, every day I post one for my gaming channel, and then one for my regular channel. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to my gaming channel, subscribe to this channel, and let me know if you guys like these videos down below. Peace.